Networking. You must grow a solid network, build relationships, great realtors, investors, professionals who can refer you potential clients. You can tap into your existing network. That's great. Join Facebook groups, join trade organizations, social media groups are fantastic. And then the meetup.com groups, so that once a week you are actually doing kind of a pitch day of all of the wholesale properties you have at your disposal. Believe me, word will get out, and meetup.com is great at disseminating those types of opportunities to meet in a certain area. And you can do them all online. You don't have to go meet at a coffee shop or cost yourself dinners or lunches, etc. Online listings. You can use websites like Zillow, Realtor.com, Craigslist to identify properties that are for sale. These sites actually allow for sale by owners, so FSBOs, distressed properties, pre-foreclosures, and foreclosure homes. They've already done the research for you. It's not always accurate, but you're close, and it's a heck of a lot closer than you driving around in your car and trying to figure this out on your own. Use the things that are already there. You don't have to recreate the wheel. You have to understand how to use them in your business model to make profit. Real estate auctions are going to become popular at a certain point again. They are not today because we do not have a large percentage of foreclosures, but attend them. Go to auctions, both online and in person. This will help you discover distressed properties and pay attention to what people are interested in buying. If you're finding a bunch of distressed condos and you can't ever seem to offload them, and all of these meetings that you're going to seem to have single family houses or just land, then stop fooling yourself. Your market strategy is wrong. You need to change product. Driving for dollars. You've heard me talk about driving around and know it yourself. You could physically scout neighborhoods. This will help you identify vacancies, distressed properties for sure. It's easy to tell when a property is going downhill or is not being properly maintained. So you can drive through these neighborhoods where you want to search for those types of deals and gather information. Typically, if you're seeing one or two of them, there are more. Typically, areas become blighted. Something has happened in the local economy there, and it's going to force homeowners to put their money in other places instead of the maintenance and the upkeep of their homes. That is your opportunity to do some blind door knocking and just hand them a business card and let them know. I'm a wholesaler, not working under a real estate fashion necessarily, but I can help you sell your home. I represent a pool of general contractors, agencies, other investors, fixers, and flippers, and would love to be able to give you the opportunity to capture as much money as quickly as possible on the passing of your home. Probate. Estate sales, these are very popular. You can target properties that are involved in probate or estate sales, and typically they have motivated sellers. If you can buy probate leads and attend those types of sales, you can check public notices and records, and you can talk to real estate agents who know. They particularly are directly connected to these types of conversations. FSBOs, for sale by owner, FSBO properties. These can be found on FSBO websites and other online listings. Zillow, you change the boxes to for sale by owners, and you will see all of the ones that are not on the market, that they are directly being sold directly by the owners. Since they're not paying a commission, they're going to have some flexibility on their pricing. Bandit sales. This is a fun term. You're probably familiar with bandit signs for investors seeking investment properties. You can place a sign in a target neighborhood where you have seen a lot of this happening. This will help you attract sellers looking to we buy your home, or we help you sell your home quickly without commissions. Those are the kinds of things that will get people's attention. Ensure you have permission from the city or from that local community to be able to stake those signs in those areas. You certainly don't want to upset someone. That's bad for your business. Social media, online marketing. Marketing can be a very effective way to find potential properties to wholesale. Ultimately, while you're on social media like this class today, people need to know that that's what you do. That's the game that's afoot for your business model. So people can contact you directly and say, hey, you got anything for me? And then bird dogging. For a fee, bird dogs are individuals that assist you as a wholesaler in finding potential properties for you. Best bird dogs I have ever worked with have been pizza delivery people. They know that they drove up to a home that is in poor condition or drove past one that's dilapidated, and they can get you that information. Quick tips and handouts and those kinds of things are fantastic. It's easy money for those folks, and they're driving around constantly to all areas. So they can certainly tell you. Saves you an insane amount of time and money, since they may already have that kind of database built up. The common areas that they consistently roll in, they can tell you. All that's great. How do you succeed? Starting this type of business is going to require very careful planning on your part, and the execution is important. You need to remember that when you're doing this, just like any business, it involves some risks. It is important for you to approach this with a level of professionalism, ethics, and a focus on long-term success. Do not be discouraged by the initial challenges. Starting your own business and starting this type of business model is a hill to climb. But once you get there, the success in wholesaling will often come with that experience and perseverance that you're going to need to display when you're under contracts. So some additional tips that might help you get started: invest in learning about real estate law, regulations, wholesaling strategies. Consider taking an online real estate investing class and attending some workshops to help you build your knowledge. The better you can talk the talk, the better people are going to be comfortable in supporting this venture with you. Understanding your market is also going to help you source and evaluate properties much more effectively and quickly. You're going to be able to understand how fast properties move in that area and based on that property type. Business plan. You absolutely must develop a comprehensive business plan. This is going to outline your goals, your strategies, your marketing plan, and your financial projections. If you're not pushing towards a goal, you're failing yourself. You're winging it, and that's not comfortable when that may be your income. Define some target markets. You hear me in real estate classes all the time talk about your golden neighborhoods. You need to find a target market which will allow you to focus on a specific neighborhood or community that needs your type of help. If you're walking into $1 million plus neighborhoods, they don't need you to wholesale their properties. They are not afraid to pay a real estate agent, and certainly aren't going to put themselves in a position to have their home listed on Craigslist where they don't necessarily trust that type of marketplace. Implementing your market strategies are also going to help. We talked about that a little bit earlier on. It'll help you generate buy real estate leads kind of thing. And then you need to keep your financial records straight. I don't care if you are a manual person and you need to open up a ledger and write down everything that you're doing, every cost associated with you doing business. If you had to get a phone, if you're using a cell phone and you're paying a monthly bill, if you're getting in a car, driving with gas, how many miles is it taking you to do that? How much gas are you paying out of pocket? Your tax associate at the end of the year is going to need to see all of this. And then, of course, track the income that you receive on the end and the cost of doing business to get that done. Due diligence. You must be able to conduct due diligence on properties. This is beyond just your GC. You're going to need to get an eye for this. And this is going to include the inspections and the property evaluations that you're going to do in advance of paying people to come in and give you an official appraisal. You need to be able to make sure that you're aware of any potential issues before you commit to the deal. You're banking on the honesty of the seller, and sometimes that is difficult. So you building that trust and walking through that relationship is going to be paramount to you being successful. Keep up with the industry and the market trends and changes. You need to be informed, and it's going to help you make informed decisions. So make sure that you are following agents like myself, companies like Keystone, that can help you stay abreast of exactly what's happening in these areas. You should not be considering this is what's happening in the U.S. You should be not only considering what's happening in your state, not only what's happening in your county, but what's specifically happening in the city that you are doing business in, and quite often the neighborhood that you are reflecting. And then consider finding a mentor or a coach. This is going to be someone that has done this, that has been successful, that knows the pitfalls, has the right attorney, can introduce you to the right title agencies that understand how to do these fast transactions. Nothing is worse than having a whole bunch of widgets that can't seem to keep up with the pace that's necessary to get the job done. A bad title company, a bad attorney can slow these processes down, and speed is money. So you need to make sure that you're staying on top of it. A couple of questions popped up while we were here. How much would a real estate wholesaler make? Okay, I can give you averages only. Average wholesaler in the United States makes about $56,000 a year. The salaries, if you're being paid by a wholesaler company, there are wholesaler firms out there, anywhere from between $24,000 to $97,000 plus commission. That will range depending on location, number of transactions completed, and what the real estate market is like, what kind of available inventory they have, and what wholesaler fees you can charge. The more competition that's out there in the wholesaling market of where you're working, the more it's going to cost you to work in that area. Is wholesaling good for beginners? Yeah, absolutely. Wholesaling is a great beginner strategy, especially if you're just getting into investing and you figure this, because of the low capitalization and the low capital requirements that it has, it's going to allow you to get into this business quick without property ownership. However, it definitely requires a firm understanding of what you've got to do for the legal and the contractual complexities. So beginners need to make sure they have a lawyer partner, a real estate partner, someone that can help you build a network and ensure you are remaining compliant under the state and the local laws. I get this question a lot. Do I need to create an LLC before wholesaling? While having an LLC before real estate wholesaling is not required, I will say it's probably a smart move if you're planning on being in this business for a long time. Anytime you're doing a business venture, LLC can help you and your business look more professional. And when they look you up on the local SunBiz here in the state of Florida or the business databases in other states, yeah, it's important for them to see that you're legit, you're licensed, and you are known inside of the communities so that they're not afraid to do business with you. Real estate wholesaling is a short-term investment method distinct from property flipping. Not the same. It's very cost-effective for those people that have limited funds, but they can involve some legal complexities and intricate contract knowledge that's going to cost you some time and some education to learn, and consistent education so that you stay relevant in the changes that are happening in the industry. While accessible for beginners, legal considerations should not be overlooked when you're learning how to wholesale real estate. You've got to consult with attorneys and agents so that you understand the laws and that you understand how to craft and review contracts properly. You've got to build a relationship with a tax expert. You need to put yourself in a position that you have a business plan so that you can ensure profitability and compliance. So errors are money. And the last thing you want is a bunch of legal issues with this business plan. If you have more questions about this and you decide that you want to get involved in wholesale real estate in your area, give us a call. Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe the show. That's what keeps these classes going, and that's what keeps our attendance so high. We appreciate all of you very much. For those of you that are on my real estate family, thank you for attending. I hope this was good information for you to be able to share with some of your investors. If they are interested in buying and moving properties through you and they want to do it more often and build investments without having to build a full-time property portfolio, this is a great informational for you to be able to share with them or to be able to explain yourself. For those of you that are just getting started and you're looking for a way to get involved in real estate without having to go through all the real estate licensing and the fees and the expectations of a very high-end business by being a realtor yourself, then this is a great place for you to get started to see if this is something that you're going to be able to sink your teeth into.